this. I just remember her telling me that Tim Russell, his response to it, and how he was ultimately the one that made this eventually be played.
Let me ask you about some other things here. You talked at length about not only your background in your life, but then you got into this year of 2016 and the night that you and Paula and Kathleen, I remember because I interviewed all three of you that night when you first entered the spin room, or that's what they call it. And I remember interviewing you there, and then you literally, that had to take a lot of courage at that moment in that part of the campaign. What was it like for you?
Oh, it was frightening at first, but you've got to understand, we've been told to shut up for so many years, and Mr. Trump gave us this opportunity, and people kept saying to me, because the tapes and everything had come out, the Billy Bush tapes, and I kept trying to say, well, how can you support him? I said, how can you support a woman who victimized us as victims when she knew what her husband had done to us?
I mean, that goes to the heart of it. And all of those years, she defended the indefensible. And all of those years, she, talked about right-wing conspiracies. And at some point, then when she said last year during the election year, or 2016 during the election year, women have a right to be believed. And I was thinking about people like you, and I was thinking about people like Kathleen and Paula, people that I've gotten to know really well and then come to like and view as friends.
Oh, I know. Well, you notice that after that, and I relate to that she came out with her speech of all victims should come forward and be believed. But after I sent out my tweet that went viral, she took "You should be believed" from her website.
The title of this book that you have now put out, by the way, it's on, I guess, Amazon.com? Is that where? Because you self-published this book. Why did you make the decision to self-publish?
I couldn't get anyone to publish it. Every publisher that I contacted only wanted to know about my incident with Bill Clinton. And that doesn't make a person just because they have been victimized. There was so much more to my life that I wanted to share. And to be truthful with you right now, even though we self-published on Amazon, until 2 days ago, it was a top 10 political bestseller.
That's amazing.
For some unknown reason, Amazon pulled it, and they won't tell us why. We had to rush real quick to get up a second showing of the book, but all of the
you mean the second printing of the book?
Now gone.
You mean the second printing?
No, the second notice on Amazon.
Now, did they put it back up or no? Yeah,
the second notice is up now, but the first notice that had all of the bestseller ratings on it is gone. And when we put up our second one, those aren't attached to it. So we've lost those ratings, but we're still #1 on Kindle.
Wow, that's amazing. So people can get it on Kindle and they can